Hello guys, I'm Michael, aka that cyber safety guy, and I'm here with Christine Costume. We're at Comic Con Africa, and we're going to be doing an interview covering the parasocial relationships that cosplayers deal with. Will you be able to give us an introduction on what you do and give us a bit of an insight to your page?
Yeah, of course. So I'm Chris in costume. Started cosplaying a little over a year and a half ago. It started just as a hobby, but now I make it my full-time job. So I sell sewing patterns and I take cosplay commissions, making all aspects of cosplay. And currently I'm in Joburg because I'll be competing in the competition.
So, would you be able to give us an explanation about what parasocial relationships is, and maybe give us one or two examples that you've personally experienced?
Yes, of course. So, as you'll know, a parasocial relationship is just a one sided relationship, often between a viewer and an influencer or any sort of famous person. Often it's actors. People will see these actors in movies and see them posting on Instagram about their personal life. And the actor doesn't know who the viewer is. The viewer's got all of this information on the actor's life. And you know, actors are usually a lot more famous than cosplayers, but we've got some pretty big cosplayers that deal with parasocial relationships. Viewers that are consuming their cosplay content, seeing into their everyday life, and feeling like they are a friend towards this cosplayer, but the cosplayer doesn't actually know this person at all. And yeah, it can result for some very awkward and unsafe situations. Personally, for me, it's just as a cosplayer, every day you get a lot of DMs from randoms asking, like, can I ask you a question? Or, how was your day? Tell me about your day. And you never want to accept these requests because it's letting a person who knows a lot about you and you know nothing about them into your life and kind of creating that gateway for them to form this bond with you that you're not going to reciprocate. And the worst thing that can happen is then an in-person encounter when you're at a convention in a cosplay and they come running up to you and presume you're friendly and you know each other, and it's very awkward, and sometimes it can be dangerous when I don't think they get territorial about certain cosplayers.
So, as a cosplayer, and I'm sure you have a lot of fans that constantly follow your journey through your cosplaying, through coming to places like Comic Con Africa, what would you consider something that's acceptable or unacceptable?
Well, I think keeping the affection in the comment section is a very good place. When you have a cosplayer you like, keeping your compliments and your well dones to the comment section and not veering off into trying to DM them, because I personally feel when you're interacting with a very, well-known cosplayer with a lot of followers, most likely doesn't check their DMs on a regular because they've got such a big following and they'll get a lot of spam and, well, weirdos sometimes. You know, never direct your affection into the DMs and try to make it personal. It is good to always remember that as much as you can look up to a cosplayer, you do have to keep that barrier because they don't know you.
What are the things they shouldn't do in person?
Well, you never want to make a cosplayer feel uncomfortable, of course. And if you have been viewing their content for a long time and you know a lot about them, but obviously know they don't know anything about you, approach them as if they don't know anything about you. Don't assume that they're gonna remember that time you DM'd them or that time you commented. Keep it respectful. If you want photos, you ask first. And if you want to be remembered, if you have interacted with them in the comments before, you just say, "Oh, do you remember I commented on that one post? It's okay if you don't, but I love your work." And the cosplayer will have a lot better of a reaction towards it.
So, if someone wanted to become a cosplayer and they wanted to create an online profile, what advice would you give them on dealing with stuff like this?
First of all, if you feel like you're aiming to have a big audience eventually, this is not something small, you want to go big with it. My biggest recommendation is preferably don't use your real name. Always keep personal life out of it. Of course, you can share, like, oh, I'm going to this restaurant and I've got a family thing this weekend, but personally, you never want to disclose where you exactly live and treat it like a business. It's your hobby, or it can even be your profession, like it is for me. But you want to make sure you're not giving too much away with your personal life. And for me, the biggest one is just not giving your name out, because the second they have your name, they can find your family if they follow you or your friends, and that's what can really open up, the unsafe doors.
Okay, I think this is such an important topic a lot of people need to be aware of. And I really thank you for your time and actually bringing this topic to a lot of people's awareness. I am partnered up with a cybersecurity company in Durban. Their name is Ubuntu Guard Cyber. And we've put together a little safety kit for you here that you can use as a password book in here because it's a lot safer to keep your passwords in physical rather than
Yes,
digital.
definitely.
There's a webcam cover. So if someone downloads a spyware and they're trying to watch you through your camera, you can cover that. And there's also a do's and don'ts of what you should do online. So I want to give this to you just so you can use it
Awesome.
and just keep yourself safe. But once again, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you